All right, travel diaries, Punta Cana. I just woke up from a nap. What else is new? I'm at another hotel. What else is new? You probably won't see much of this hotel. This is hotel number 9 for me. This is the AC Hotel. It is downtown. It is non-all-inclusive. I do not recommend staying at a non-all-inclusive hotel. They are quiet. They are removed from all the action. They are more expensive. No beach, no energy, no fun. That is why I'm here outside the expensive part. I had to get away. I am tapping out of this Punta Cana trip, calling it quits. I almost called it quits halfway through. I rallied and I saw another 3 hotels, but this Punta Cana trip needs to end. I had a great time. I just finished up at Majestic Elegance. I actually started this video at Majestic Elegance, but I had to cut this video short, so I just decided to redo it here. They are very strict and very stern and very assertive, the hotel people are, about you leaving your room at checkout time. Like literally at checkout time. You know, in Vegas and a lot of other hotels, you know, checkout time is 11 o'clock usually, but you don't have to vacate the room until they either call and say, we need the room, you need to leave, or housekeeping just knocks on the door and gets in for the day. Here, they are arranging you to leave at checkout time or before, the night before. So I got a call the night before saying, what time are you gonna leave? I said I didn't know. And then the next morning, I got a call at 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30 just to make sure I was out the door by noon. That doesn't bother me. Checkout times are stated in the terms and conditions. They are confirmed upon booking, and they are reaffirmed upon check-in. I just was surprised about how strict and stern they are about you leaving exactly at checkout time. So I'm here now making this video. I think this video is gonna be very appropriate to those who want to come to Punta Cana and not only stay at one of the best hotels. Majestic Mirage was #1 when I booked it on TripAdvisor. I think right now it's number 2 or 3 of the TripAdvisor rankings. They oscillate, but it was #1 when I booked it. And then Majestic Elegance is top 10. So if you want to stay at a Majestic resort, a top 10 resort in TripAdvisor, and these resorts are right next to each other, which one do you choose? Majestic Mirage and Majestic Elegance are both 5-star. They're both beautiful. They're nearly identical. I actually rated both properties the same rating. But when you dig into it, comprehensively, in totality, they are nearly the same. But when you dig into it, there are subtleties and there are nuances. And one of these hotels is very much more appealing to me than the other, even though I rated them the same. If I were to go to one of these hotels again, I would only go back to one. And at the end, I'm gonna tell you why and tell you which one I would choose. I'm gonna go over, you know, just kind of the core parts of the property. I'm gonna talk about luxury, pools, the restaurants, the beaches, and basically the overall experience, and most importantly, the crowd. So both of these hotels have a butler service. That sounds really great. It's kind of like the St. Regis butler service, though not as attentive and not as personalized, but you do have a butler. It's more like a personal service. You use them to create your reservations for dinner. You use them to maybe get housekeeping up to your room, get some waters. Any little thing you need through the day, you can kind of utilize your butler for. Both of them have beautiful 5-star rooms. Both of them have amazingly lush properties, and both of them have grand, dramatic, mesmerizing lobbies. So both are 5-star. If I did have to choose one in terms of luxury, I would choose Mirage. It is the newer property. It's more polished, it's more refined, and it's more modern. All right, let's talk drinks. If you're coming to Punta Cana and staying at an all-inclusive hotel, odds are you will be consuming some alcohol. Both of these hotels had swim-up bars in their pool. Both of these hotels had beach bars located by the beach. Both of these hotels had 2 lobby bars inside their lobby. Both had one downstairs in the grand lobby, and then both had one upstairs, which were craft cocktail bars in the main lobby. Both of those craft cocktail bars are called Piano Bar. The drinks at the Piano Bar at the Mirage were definitely better than the ones at Elegance. I am giving this category to Mirage because Mirage also has a sports bar that is open 24/7. So if you're looking for an early morning cocktail or a late night cocktail, you can go to the sports bar. And also Mirage had Cafe Espanol. I was there probably 3 times a day. Their coffees were better than Starbucks. The menu is better than Starbucks. And plus, if you want Spanish coffee, Mexican coffee, Irish coffee, Hispanic coffee, or any type of coffee with some alcohol in it, Cafe Espanol delivers, and delivers in a very luxurious way. So there were a lot of similarities when it came to drinks. There are even more similarities when it comes to restaurants. Both had a French place, both had a Japanese place, both had a steakhouse, and both had an Italian place. Not only were they the same styles, they were pretty much the same ambiance. I am going to give the category here to Majestic Mirage. They had better ambiance inside their restaurants, and they had better food inside their restaurants. Majestic Elegance, I think, did have better menus, but what's the point of having a better menu if the quality of food isn't that good? So I am going to give the restaurants category to Majestic Mirage. So let's talk pools. Both pools had 21 plus adult pools, and both pools had a main pool. At Majestic Mirage, I thought their 21 plus adult pools were very underwhelming. In fact, I hated them. I thought they're pretty pathetic, especially given the caliber of the property of Majestic Mirage. It is one of the best properties in all of Punta Cana, and I thought their 21 plus adult pools were an afterthought. I thought they were lazy. I thought they were awkward. They weren't that big. They were right next to the hotel rooms. No privacy for you in the pool, and no privacy for the people in the hotel rooms just outside the pool. Now, Majestic Elegance also did have an adult pool that was right next to the hotel that was small, awkward, and really, really quiet and boring. However, they had two amazing adult pools at the end of the property where there was music, liveliness, great service, two walk-up bars, cabanas, and again, it was right next to the beach, so if you want to go back and forth from the beach to the pool, you can do that. Also, I must say I was quite impressed with the main pool at Majestic Elegance. It was huge. It spanned the entire length of the property. It started at the hotel lobby pretty much and went all the way to the beach. It had a lot of nooks and crevices, alcoves, a lot of secret spaces where you could get lost and find some privacy. It had bridges, it had waterfalls, it had fountains. There was an outdoor bar in the middle of the pool that kind of act as the epicenter. You could walk up and get a drink, you could order some food. There was ping pong, there was blackjack, there were pool classes, pool activity classes. There was just a lot going on. It was a great family pool. It was a great public pool. It was a great standard pool. If the 21 plus adult pools at Elegance were not so fantastic and phenomenal, I would have spent more time at the main pool, the family pool, the public pool, and I definitely would not have minded it. The pools category absolutely goes to Majestic Elegance. So if you're coming to Punta Cana, you're spending time at the pool, that category is important, and you're spending time at the beach. Let's talk about that. I didn't care for any of these beaches. I did not like them both. In fact, I loathed them. They were two of the worst beaches I've seen in Punta Cana during my 8 hotel stay here. They were narrow, so there wasn't a lot of space for seating. The seating that was in there was jam-packed. Not nearly the privacy or seclusion or space you would get at a Rio Republic, a Royalton, or even a Hard Rock, which are right next door. The beaches were narrow, there wasn't a lot of space or privacy, and then also they were awkward. The slope or the decline going into the water was pretty steep. It wasn't that natural kind of flatter progression as you walk into the water. I know it sounds small, but that's something I got at pretty much every other hotel here at Punta Cana. Because it was steep and it wasn't very natural, it was just kind of goofy and awkward. It just kind of took away a little bit from the beach experience. Royalton, which is right next door to these properties, had the best beach I've seen in Punta Cana. These two beaches were the worst. It's a draw. I hated them both. Okay, let's talk room service. It's something you should definitely take advantage of. It's free. So if you like an early morning bite, late night bite, or any bite really delivered to your room service is gonna be important. I hate to break it to you, but there really wasn't a standout in this hotel and from all 8 of my hotels. The room service was pretty dreadful at each one of these properties. I did order room service 2 or 3 times at Majestic Mirage, being one of the best hotels in all of Punta Cana, being a top-rated hotel, and ordering multiple times, multiple nights, multiple menu items. I didn't really have a good experience from any of them. I only ordered room service once at Elegance, but I did order a couple of the same items I ordered at Mirage. The room service menu is identical, by the way, identical. So I ordered a couple items just to keep it fair. I ordered a sandwich, I believe it's called the Mirage sandwich, and I ordered a pizza, and both of those were distinctively better than what they were at Majestic Mirage, which is interesting because Majestic Mirage is the premium, upscale, more luxurious property than Elegance. The room service was better at Majestic Elegance. The quality of food was better. I'm giving that category to Elegance. Okay, let's talk price. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. Majestic Mirage is at least 30% to 40% more than Majestic Elegance. It is the newer property, it is more refined, it is more polished, it has a bit more of a colonial feel than Majestic Elegance. It is absolutely the more elegant property of the two, which is interesting because you would expect Elegance to be the premium property. That is not true. The premium property is Majestic Mirage, and it is 40% more. So because Elegance is 40% cheaper, I like paying cheaper prices. I am going to give the price category to Majestic Elegance. So like I said, price is what you pay, value is what you get. If Majestic Mirage is 30, 40, 50, 80% more, if any hotel is more and you get more, a lot more, then that is a good value. But unfortunately, I did not see the value in Majestic Mirage. Yes, Majestic Mirage had better restaurants, but barely. They were the same in category, same in shape, same in style, just slightly better food. And yes, Majestic Mirage had a more refined and more luxurious experience, but just slightly. Absolutely not worth 30 to 40%. If you are a budget conscious, value-minded consumer looking to make your dollar work the most for you, pick Majestic Elegance and don't think twice. Yes, Majestic Mirage is more expensive because it is the newer, more luxurious, more refined, more elegant property. More elegant than Elegance, which is interesting. I really liked the room at Majestic Mirage. It was all those things I just mentioned, but it was unlike any other room I've seen in Punta Cana. It had an urban feel to it. You would think you're walking in to a Barcelona hotel room, a New York hotel room, or a London hotel room. It was urban. It was, dare I say, edgy for Punta Cana. It wasn't your prototypical, usual Punta Cana or Caribbean hotel, whites, pastels, you know, a lot of Caribbean type of vibe and atmosphere. It was urban, it was modern, and it was unlike anything I've seen, and I really enjoyed that. I got the best feeling that I've ever got out of any of these Punta Cana hotel rooms walking into my room at Majestic Mirage. Majestic Elegance was more of a typical Caribbean hotel room, but I did like that it had great materials, marble everywhere. It had pillars, it had arches, it had a sunken living room, it had a water closet, separated shower, it had a balcony, and it was 40% cheaper than Mirage. You could tell that Majestic Elegance at one time was the jewel of the Majestic brand at Punta Cana, and the rooms have aged very, very well. I preferred the open layout more to the elongated rectangular shape of Majestic Mirage, and plus Majestic Elegance had more room in their room. They had more space. The open floor layout with the square design offered more space than that elongated rectangular design at Majestic Mirage. So which room do you choose? The newer room at Mirage that is unlike any other room I've seen, gives you a fantastic vibe. It is urban, it is edgy, it is cool, it is fresh. Or do you pick kind of the older, staler, classier room that is cheaper, that kind of has more space, a more traditional design, and great materials? For me, it's tough to call. I enjoyed both rooms. I'm gonna give this category a draw. All right, let's talk crowd. I think crowd experience, which is coming up next, along with pool and value, which I talked about, are really the defining elements of this whole comparison. Crowd, Majestic Mirage is 95% couples. 95% couples. So if you are a couple and you are looking for maybe more of a value-minded secrets experience, or maybe something that just isn't as coupley as secrets, you should check out Majestic Mirage. But it's still 95% couples. So if you are coming as a group, maybe a group of friends, small group, large group, and you're looking for some energy, maybe looking to socialize, maybe even looking to meet someone, you are going to be disappointed in Majestic Mirage. It was so quiet. If you're looking for a vibe or some energy, again, you're gonna be disappointed with that property. Elegance is 80% couples, and then the other 15 to 20% are families. I did see a few smaller groups at Elegance, mostly just groups of like 2 or 3, and they were women. I did find the crowd to be slightly better at Majestic Elegance. More energy, definitely more fun. It was just more excitement. So I am gonna give the category to Majestic Elegance, but both these properties are pretty quiet and couples centric. All right, so experience, I am gonna give this category to Majestic Elegance. It had more energy, it had more of a vibe. It just was more fun than Majestic Mirage. Majestic Elegance definitely had the better pool scene, and although the restaurants were not as nice as Majestic Mirage definitely wins in the restaurant category. They were close, it was just a step down, and you didn't have to pay 40% more to get pretty much the same experience. The properties are nearly identical. Majestic Mirage is gonna be more luxurious, it is gonna be newer, it is gonna be more couple-centric, it is gonna be quieter, and it is gonna be more expensive. I quite enjoyed the rooms at Majestic Mirage. They were beautiful, they were edgy, they were modern, they were urban. And also the lobby at Majestic Mirage is just a tick classier than the Majestic Elegance. You might be saying, James, what are you talking about the lobby for? You actually spend your time in these hotel lobbies. You don't in a lot of hotels. Typically lobbies are what you see upon check-in and check-out. But again, you got the lobby bars there, you got the gym there, you have your terraces right outside where you congregate and be social. You have your restaurants right in the lobby or right outside the lobby. You're gonna be spending time in these lobbies. Majestic Mirage definitely had the better lobby. But when you put it all together with the service and the value and the pool and the energy and the vibe and just the overall, and the crowd and the overall experience, the experience definitely goes to Majestic Elegance. All right, so when I add it all up, it is Majestic Elegance for the win. I would have never expected that. It is the lower rated hotel on TripAdvisor. It is the cheaper hotel. It is the older hotel. But it is absolutely the better hotel.